Fauk My Life, Pilot Episode 101 Full, New Beginnings, by Stephanie Neroes. Teaser, a jarring buzz disturbs the quiet. Cut to interior, Amy's house, bedroom, morning. On the nightstand, a throwback alarm clock with a red LED number is the source of the noise. It's 11 a.m., a hand slams down on top. Bam! Amy Fauk rolls over from silencing the clock, barely awake. WNBA posters sandwich a corkboard that is dressed in newspaper articles, medals, random knickknacks, and photographs.
18 years, 7 months, 12 days, 10 hours, and 42 minutes.
Pan. Behind the clock sits a best friends forever framed photo of two young girls with their arms around each other, smiling.
Yep, that's about how old I am and seemingly about how long I've waited for this day. But who's counting?
Next to the photo of the best friends, a sweethearts framed recent prom photo of a high school couple. The girl is holding a basketball and the boy a soccer ball.
Now, they say that all good things must come to an end, and though my life here in this small town has been pretty dope, it's time for a new beginning.
Awards, trophies, and plaques awarded to Amy Fauk sit atop the desk.
Now that I think about it.
A basketball scholarship letter from the University of California, Long Beach State hangs on a corkboard that's covered in other knickknacks, medals, notes, and photos.
My old coach used to say, change is a must.
Amy rolls over to face the window. Immediately, she's greeted with a bright ray of sun.
Well, my life is about to experience a big shift.
Amy pulls the sheet over her head.
I just hope I'm ready for what's coming.
Cut to, the doorbell rings. Interior, Amy's house foyer door. The wooden front door swings open. On the other side of it, Caitline Costanzo, a smiling teenage girl, Caucasian with a girl next door vibe. She has an overnight bag.
Hey, Mr. Fauk.
George Fauk, Caucasian, mid-40s, average height, thin, with glasses and a cardigan, greets the young girl, also smiling.
Caitline,
He looks at watch.
you're a little early.
Caitline laughs.
Yeah, we just wanted to hang out at the park, play some ball.
Mr. Fauk realizes they're still standing in the doorway.
Come on in.
Caitline enters.
So, how are your folks?
They're good.
Interior, Amy's house kitchen. The countertops are covered with grocery bags and enough food to feed a small starving country. Mr. Fauk walks in and Gwen Fauk, African-American, 40, stands at the refrigerator, door open.
Caitlin's here.
Mrs. Fauk closes the refrigerator door.
This early?
I know, sweetheart. You have plenty of time. They just want to hit the courts first.
Not amused, Mrs. Fauk walks towards the groceries that remain on the countertop.
If you say so.
Interior, Amy's house bedroom. Amy hasn't budged, the sheet still over her head. The door swings open. Caitline enters and notices Amy is still asleep. She quietly sets her bag down and jumps on top of Amy. Straddling Amy, she attempts to tickle her.
Come on, get up. If I can wake my ass up at 7 and drive 2 hours to get to you, the least you could do is be awake when I get here.
Time stops for a moment. Amy lowers the sheet.
How fast were you driving?
Interior, Amy's house kitchen. Mr. and Mrs. Fauk continue unpacking groceries.
You know, it's nice they're still as close as they were when they were just tykes, tricycling through the neighborhood.
Mrs. Fauk has returned to grab more groceries. Mr. Fauk hands her a couple of things. He turns, leans against the counter. Mrs. Fauk drifts at the pantry.
They both have grown so fast. Where's the time gone?
Snapping out of it, Mrs. Fauk turns to Mr. Fauk.
It really is too bad her parents wouldn't come to dinner.
Yeah, but I'm not surprised. I'll never forget the look Vince gave me when I had to let him go.
Mrs. Fauk heads towards the refrigerator.
Do you really think that after all these years he's still upset about that?
You don't know Vince.
Old photos of Amy and Caitline are posted on the refrigerator door.
Well, I'll never forget how upset Amy was when we told her Caitline was moving.
Mrs. Fauk falls back into sentimental mode.
It only just feels like yesterday.
Mr. Fauk walks up behind her, sets his hands on her shoulders, and looks at the photos with her.
Yeah, it sure does.
Mrs. Fauk sets her hand on top of his, grasping.
Gwen, honey, don't work yourself up again.
Interior, Amy's house, bedroom. Caitline sits on the bed, tossing a basketball up in the air. Water is heard running behind a closed door.
Come on, let's go.
The door opens. Amy emerges and leans on the doorframe.
Why are you in such a hurry to lose?
Caitline sets the ball in her lap.
Wait, you must still be asleep because you're dreaming right now.
Right. Amy turns the light off and walks towards the bedroom door. She pauses atop the stairway.
Come on, let's get this over with.
Caitline walks to the door, closing it behind her. Interior, Amy's house, stairway. Amy and Caitline scurry down the stairs.
I'll meet you outside, okay?
They go their separate ways. Interior, Amy's house, kitchen entry. Amy walks around the corner. Rustling is heard from the kitchen. Amy listens.
George, what are you looking for? Maybe I know where it is.
The drawer slams shut.
Darn it.
Interior kitchen. Mrs. Fauk leans into Mr. Fauk.
Now who's getting worked up?
She's just 18.
Interior kitchen entrance. Amy, unnoticed, remains tuned in.
She's never been away for us for more than a week, and even then it felt like...
Amy walks away. Interior kitchen. Mr. Fauk peers into Mrs. Fauk's eyes.
I'm sorry. She's just going so far away. I'm just worried that I won't be able to protect her out there.
Leaving my parents is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Mrs. Fauk sets her hand atop his.
We'll get through this.
And as much as I love them and Mesa Valley,
Mrs. Fauk embraces Mr. Fauk.
She'll be fine.
there's no turning back now.
Exterior, Amy's house, porch. The door opens. Caitlin waits patiently on the porch, dribbling the basketball.
There she is.
Caitlin steps off the porch. Amy walks out.
Besides, life isn't meant to be easy, it's meant to be lived.
Amy steps off the porch, catches up to Caitlin. The both walk down the sidewalk. Fade out and teaser. Act 1. Exterior, neighborhood park, basketball court. Establishing. Amy and Caitlin finish up a game and head to a nearby bench where they have set aside their belongings. They take a seat, breathing heavily and sweating. They each grab a water and drink. The basketball rests in Caitlin's lap.
So, your parents aren't doing so hot.
No, they put on a brave face, but I know it's breaking their hearts.
Amy turns, sits back, looks out into the distance.
But I've got to get out of this town. It's almost suffocating.
I know, right? I'm just super psyched that we ended up in the same conference. It's gonna be hella fun.
Caitlin sets her bottle down, tosses the ball in the air. Amy looks at Caitlin.
As if you could keep up.
Caitlin grabs the ball from the air and shoots a sarcastic look of disbelief.
Didn't I just kick your ass?
I was just warming up.
Oh yeah? Prove it.
Caitlin stands from the bench and tosses the ball to Amy. Amy bounces the ball on the way back to the top of the key.
Is Tommy coming to dinner too?
Amy shoots. Yep. Caitlin rebounds and dribbles to the free throw line, shoots. Swish. Amy shakes her head, grabs the ball.
Can I tell you something?
Amy heads to the free throw line.
If not me, then who?
Amy shoots Caitlin a look.
Wow, what is it?
As Amy shoots,
I think I'm going to end things with Tommy.
Caitlin rebounds.
Seriously?
Caitlin bounces the ball back to Amy.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be here and I'm going to be in LA.
Amy shoots.
I just don't know how I'm going to study, play ball, and maintain a long-distance relationship.
Caitlin rebounds and heads to the free throw line. Caitlin stands next to Amy and puts her arms around her.
I say end it. Focus on LA, and if the opportunity presents itself again and you guys are meant to be, it'll work out.
Yeah, I guess that's one way of looking at it.
Besides, you don't want to be tied down when you're about to embark on the adventure of your life. It's gonna be insane. That's the last thing you need.
Caitlin pokes her in the side. Amy jerks back, all smiles.
Now, enough with the seriousness, let's have some fun.
Caitlin takes a shot, misses.
Looks like I get the ball first.
Whatever, just go.
Caitlin lines up to play defense on Amy. Amy dribbles towards the basket, lays it up, score! Caitlin grabs the ball. Amy winks, walking to the top of the key.
This is going to be fun.
Caitlin bounces the ball to Amy. Wide on park. Faint sounds of the ball bouncing and hitting the backboard play rhythmically in the background. Exterior, Amy's house, front yard, early evening. Cars drive past the ranch-style two-story home. Interior, Amy's house, dining room. The dining room table is set for 5. Mr. Fauk walks in and sets the chicken platter on the table. As he exits, Mrs. Fauk walks in with the final dish and sets it down. She wipes the plate in front of her, squeaky clean.
Martha who?
She takes a moment, admires what she's done, then retreats to the kitchen. The doorbell rings. Interior, Amy's house, foyer. Amy runs down the stairs.
I got it.
She walks to the door, opens it. Thomas Littleton, the boy from the prom photo, 18, Caucasian, stands in the doorway with flowers in hand. He's average build with an athletic letterman jacket, soccer.
Oh, are those for me?
No, unfortunately not. They're for your mom.
Amy appears relieved. Thomas gives her a hug, but senses something is off.
Are you okay?
Caitlin appears at the bottom of the stairs behind Amy. Thomas takes notice. Amy and Thomas pull apart.
Hey stranger, how's it going?
Caitlin, hi. It's been a while.
Caitlin nods in agreement.
Nice touch with the flowers.
Thomas recognizes the dig.
Thanks.
Caitlin walks off.
Come on in. I think dinner's about ready.
Thomas walks in. Amy closes the door. Exterior, Amy's house, front yard, porch, establishing. Interior, Amy's house, dining room. Everyone is laughing as they sit around the table, about done eating. The dishes have been dug into and poked at. Thomas turns to Mrs. Fauk.
Thank you for dinner. It was amazing as usual.
Oh, Thomas, please. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
He's right, sweetheart. It was absolutely delicious and very fitting for the occasion.
Yeah, I'm really going to miss your cooking.
Awkward silence. Mrs. Fauk turns to Caitlin.
Caitlin, something wrong with the food?
No, it was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Caitlin seems distracted. Amy catches her attention. Are you okay? Caitlin nods.
Yeah.
I'm just so proud of my little girl.
Amy blushes.
Thanks, Mom.
Mr. Fauk raises his glass of water.
A toast.
Everyone raises what's left of their drinks.
To my beautiful daughter. Your mother and I are the luckiest parents in the world. May this next journey be as exciting as the last and be followed with many more blessings.
Everyone salutes and takes a swig. Mrs. Fauk stands and begins to clear the table. Thomas stands and grabs his plate.
Here, I'll help you.
Thomas, you're such a sweet boy.
Mrs. Fauk and Thomas head towards the kitchen.
Can we be excused?
Yes, of course, go ahead.
Amy and Caitlin quickly head out. Mr. Fauk gets up and grabs a few dishes. Thomas returns.
Where'd they go?
They went upstairs.
Mr. Fauk turns towards the kitchen, and before he can take a second step, Thomas blurts.
Mr. Fauk, can I talk to you?
Mr. Fauk, his hands full, turns back towards Thomas. He recognizes that Thomas has something weighing on his mind.
Yes, of course, son. What is it?
Thomas hurriedly pulls up a chair and sits. Mr. Fauk takes his cue, sets the dishes down, and takes his place at the head of the table. Silence. Thomas pulls a small velvet box from his pants pocket and sets it on the table. He looks up at Mr. Fauk.
Gwen, honey, you might want to come in here.
Interior, Amy's house, bedroom, continuous. Amy and Caitlin walk into Amy's bedroom.
I'm really glad you were able to make it. I know you have to pack and stuff too.
Are you kidding?
Caitlin closes the door behind them. Amy walks by the desk, pressing a button on an iPod docking station.
Sad to never hear the end of it.
Faint music fills the room. Amy smiles, sits on the bed. Caitlin steps to the corkboard with the championship article, points her head towards it.
That was one amazing shot, though.
What can I say? I mean,
My folks are getting divorced.
Just as Caitlin ends her statement, she is hit in the head with a pillow. Amy is shocked and regretful.
Really?
dude, I'm sorry.
Caitlin takes a seat next to Amy.
I wondered what was going on with you. Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I just found out last night, so it's still kind of sinking in.
I thought you said things had gotten better.
Yeah, apparently that wasn't the case, and now that I'm off to Vegas State, Mom decided to pull the plug.
Caitlin falls backward.
So that's my life right now.
No, it's not.
Amy grabs the pillow.
This is your life.
She then hits Caitlin on the head again. Caitlin grabs the other pillow, and a pillow fight ensues. Laughter has taken over the room. Settling down, Caitlin lies on top of Amy.
You know, I'm really lucky to have you as my best friend. I don't think I realized it until now.
Silence as they stare into each other's eyes, and instantly they are lip-locked. The bedroom door opens. Thomas appears. Shocked, Caitlin and Amy separate. They turn to Thomas. He drops a small object from his hand onto the floor as he rushes out of the room. Amy darts for the door. Thomas is gone. She notices the ring on the floor. In shock, she turns to Caitlin. Cut to black. End Act 1. Act 2, fade in. Exterior, University of California, Long Beach campus, late morning. Establishing. Girls are unloading as cars come and go.
Mom, please!
Exterior, girls' athletic dorm, arrival. Mrs. Fauk wipes the side of Amy's face. Amy pushes her hand away. Mr. Fauk, Mrs. Fauk, and Amy stand beside their late-model sedan. Mr. Fauk stretches. Her parents look as though they walked off the set of Leave It to Beaver. Mrs. Fauk in a pleated sundress and Mr. Fauk in slacks, short-sleeved shirt buttoned up to the top.
Not bad, not bad. Only took us a day and a half.
Mr. Fauk pops the trunk and walks to the back of the car.
There, it's gone.
Amy is as red as she can get. Mrs. Fauk's attention is captured by something around Amy's neck. She grabs the necklace draped around Amy's neck.
Oh dear, what happened with you two?
Amy takes it from her mother and hides it beneath her shirt. It's the ring Thomas left behind.
Nothing, Mom. Everything's fine.
If everything is fine, then why?
Before Mrs. Fauk can say another word, Mr. Fauk closes the trunk. 3 suitcases sit curbside.
Let's go check out your new digs.
Mr. Fauk grabs all 3 suitcases. They walk inside. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, hallway. Elevator doors open. They all exit. Mr. Fauk struggles with the luggage.
Dad, I can take one of those.
No, honey, I can manage.
Dropping one of the suitcases, Mr. Fauk stops to pick it up.
Dad?
No, it's fine.
Mrs. Fauk walks up behind Amy and toys with her hair. Amy just wants to die.
What's the room number again?
Amy checks her paperwork.
422.
They walk a little further.
Here we are.
Interior, athletic dorm, Amy's room continuous. The door opens. The room is bare, plain. Inside a bed, a desk, and a chair. The room and furniture are worn. They investigate the room. Looking in the closet, out of the window, they glance into the Jack and Jill bathroom. It could use a facelift.
It's not too bad.
Mrs. Fauk could just die.
Are you kidding me? Are you not seeing what I'm seeing?
Amy plops down on the old mattress. Dust rises from it. Mrs. Fauk fans the dust away from her face.
Oh dear. Are you sure you want to stay here? Heavens.
I like it. It has character.
I think you should reconsider.
Amy walks over to the window. Parents are dropping off their daughters.
Dad, we've already had that conversation.
You can always come home with us. Go to Michigan with Thomas.
Amy shoots her father a look.
Dad!
What? I'm just thinking about your mother. Imagine what it's going to be like for her.
Mrs. Fauk continues to inspect. She disappears into the bathroom. Mr. Fauk joins Amy at the window. Amy observes a father as he hugs his daughter goodbye. He reluctantly lets go. Amy turns to her father.
I'll be fine, Dad.
A gasping scream is heard. Amy and Mr. Fauk turn their attention to the bathroom. Mrs. Fauk enters the room.
The inside of that toilet is disgusting. We must go to the store.
Amy and Mr. Fauk share a laugh and head for the door.
Here we go.
We need to get bleach, a new shower curtain, paper towels.
The door closes.
Gloves, deodorizer, a new toilet seat.
She becomes faint. Exterior, Detroit Metropolitan Airport establishing. Passengers enter and exit the airport from taxis and buses. Interior, general boarding area. Caitline sits with a backpack and carry-on. She pulls headphones out from her backpack and plugs them into her cell phone. The phone wakes and displays a photo of her and Amy. She sighs. She goes to the home page on the phone, selects the messages icon. She selects Amy and starts to text.
Flight 237, you are now boarding at Gate C.
Caitlin puts the phone away, gathers her things, and walks away. Exterior, University of California, Long Beach campus, establishing. Exterior, girls' athletic dorm. Amy and her parents exit the dorm and head towards the car.
Now I don't have to worry about my baby living in absolute filth.
Amy and Mrs. Fauk stop and stand beside the car. Mr. Fauk opens the passenger side door. Amy turns to face Mrs. Fauk.
Thanks, Mom.
Amy gives her a hug.
You're the best.
The two break apart and Mrs. Fauk takes her seat inside the car.
Watch your dress, honey.
Mrs. Fauk clutches her dress as Mr. Fauk closes the door. He stands facing Amy.
Oh, sweetheart.
He holds his arms out for a hug. Amy steps into his chest.
We're going to miss you so much.
Mr. Fauk holds on for dear life.
Dad, I can't
He
breathe.
releases his hold.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna miss you too.
He takes a moment to take it all in. His hands rest on her shoulders, arms extended.
If you need anything.
I know, Dad.
Okay,
He starts walking around to the driver's side of the car.
I love you.
I love you too.
And don't forget to call whenever you have a chance.
I will, Dad.
He takes another moment and lovingly stares at Amy.
Okay, we're off.
He takes a seat inside. Amy walks up to the driver's side window.
Be careful driving back.
Mr. Fauk starts the car. Amy steps back.
Love you guys.
The car starts to move forward. Amy waves. She turns and re-enters the dorm. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, first floor lounge, continuous. A number of students congregate in the lounge at the end of the hall. Several signs are posted on the walls advertising a floor meeting for all freshmen. Amy makes her way to the rear of the room and leans on a wall in the back. Payton Foster, 25, average height, cute, androgynous yet feminine, heads the meeting. She carries a tablet notebook.
Hello everyone, my name is Payton, I'm your resident advisor.
Everyone focuses their attention on Payton.
If you have any problems or issues with your living arrangements or rooms in general, I am the one to see. That's a formal description of my job, but you can also consider me a friend. Confident and a very cheap therapist, if you will.
A hint of laughter comes from her audience.
Seriously though, I am here if you ever need anything. I'm down at the end of the hall, room 436. Feel free to knock anytime.
Everyone nods, smiles.
Any questions so far?
Nothing.
Okay then. There are a couple of things I want to get over right now, and I'll begin with curfew. The dorm doors lock at midnight during the week and 2 a.m. on the weekends.
Whispers and gasps begin.
If you're caught with a boy in your room after curfew, you'll be warned. The second time it happens, you'll be suspended.
The room is quiet once again.
That's pretty much the only rule we have around here. No boys after curfew. Easy enough, right?
Her audience nods.
Now, we have some upcoming events, and I will need a few volunteers to help me organize a few things for the floor. So if you're interested, I'll take down your name and contact info now.
Payton looks over the crowd.
That's all for now.
Everyone gets up, some disperse, and a few stay behind to talk to Payton. She taps away at her tablet. As Amy begins to approach the crowd surrounding Payton, a standard iPhone charm is heard. She pulls a phone from her pocket and takes a look. It reads, "One missed call, Caitline." Ignoring the notification, Amy walks past the congregation across the lounge and down the hallway. Payton takes notice and watches her walk away. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, Amy's room continuous. The door opens, Amy walks in. On her bed, papers and envelopes, her mail. Another tone comes in from her cell phone. Still in her hand, she takes a look. One missed phone call, one voicemail. She presses voicemail.
First, new message.
Hey stranger, I'm just boarding my flight to Las Vegas, so I had a few minutes. I just wanted to call and say hi and see how your first day on campus went and see if we could eventually talk about what happened the other night. I mean, leaving seemed like the right thing to do at the time, but I'm thinking now that maybe we actually should have talked about it first. Anyway, I should go. I'm supposed to get to Vegas in a little over a couple of hours, so yeah, just call me back.
No more messages.
Amy plops down on the bed. She scrolls through her contact list on the phone and stops at Thomas. She selects call, and before it has a chance to ring, she presses end, then tosses the phone to the side. She gets up, walks to the bathroom. Just as she goes to open the door, she notices the water is running. She knocks. The door opens. Tish Nelson, 21, African-American with piercing, deep brown eyes, almost deer-like.
Hey, you need to get in here?
Trish reacts backward. Amy steps in.
By the way, thanks for cleaning up the bathroom. I wasn't looking forward to doing it. I mean, I never knew the trim was white.
Amy smiles. Trish picks up eyeliner, leans into the mirror, and starts to work on her eyes.
I'm almost done and then it's all yours.
No rush, take your time. I'm Amy, by the way.
Trish leans back, sets down the eyeliner, and picks up the lipstick.
Yeah, I know. I've been assigned to you, so to speak.
Amy looks confused. Tish notices.
I'm Tish. I'm one of the vets on the team, and Coach likes for us to kind of take the incoming freshmen under our wings, you know, keep an eye on them and make sure they acclimate to the routine and the college lifestyle in a responsible way.
Tish leans in and applies the lipstick.
Oh, is it really that hard?
Depends.
Tish leans back and sets the lipstick down. Amy waits for Tish to finish, but Amy realizes nothing will follow.
Odd.
You. It is what you make it.
Tish leans back, pleased with the outcome. She looks at her watch.
I gotta go. How do I look?
You look great.
Thanks. I'll see you at the team meeting tomorrow.
Tish exits the other door. Amy follows behind. She starts to push the door closed. Tish returns.
Don't worry. You'll do fine.
Amy smiles. Thanks. Tish disappears. Amy closes the door. Cut to black. End of Act 2. Act 3. Exterior, Las Vegas, Nevada. Early evening. Establishing. Exterior, Las Vegas State. Girls' Athletic Dorm. Establishing. Interior, at Girls' Athletic Dorm, Caitline's room. Caitline enters with her backpack, carry-on, and one large suitcase. The room has 2 beds, one of which has already been claimed. It also has 2 desks on the opposite wall of the beds, of which one has also been claimed. Caitline wheels her suitcase to the foot of the bare bed and tosses her backpack onto the mattress. She takes a seat and looks around what is now her new life. One side of the room has posters. The bed has been neatly made. The small nightstand has a clock and notepad. It appears very clean. Atop the desk sits a tray with pens, paper clips, small post-it notes, and other various office supply items separated neatly by a built-in barrier. A closed laptop sits perfectly centered in front of an also perfectly centered chair. Above the desk, again, a perfectly centered and balanced calendar. Caitline gets up and with her fingertips wipes the top of her desk. Her fingers are covered in dust. She steps over to the other desk, wipes, and nothing comes off of the desk.
Great. My roommate is a neat freak.
She sighs and returns to her bed, sits.
This is my life right now.
She falls backward. Interior, basketball gym, meeting room, continuous. The meeting room is simple, basic. It is full of tables and chairs. Dry erase boards drape the front walls. Each table has a small packet, writing pad and pencil. Half of the seats are taken, one by Tish. Amy walks in. Tish waves Amy over to take a seat next to her.
Hey, sorry I rushed off yesterday.
No worries. I'm sure we'll have plenty of time to hang out and talk.
Absolutely.
A side door opens. All attention focuses on Coach Mendez, hard-nosed, fatherly type in appearance, moderate height, mid to late 40s, approaches the front of the room. He's followed by Coach Morgan, an attractive young woman, not much older than 30. She's carrying a large box.
Evening, ladies.
Hey, Coach.
Right behind Coach Mendez and Coach Morgan lingers Melissa Canton, mid-20s, youthful yet plain, and Samuel Spider Johnson, both of whom are carrying boxes. Coach Morgan, Melissa, and Samuel set the boxes down on a large table in front of the room.
So, where's everyone else? Who are we missing?
As he looks at his watch, the back doors open. Jaymee Ray Becker, 20, a traditional SoCal blonde beauty, covered in designer wear, confidently walks in with Taylor Tree Jones, 20, tall, African-American, and doe-eyed.
Awesome, we made it under the wire. My sweet mate here couldn't decide what to wear, so I had to dig through her closet and throw something together.
Quit lying.
Jaymee smiles. They each take a seat next to Amy.
Hi,
Jaymee extends her hand.
I'm Jaymee, and you're Amy, right?
Amy smiles and extends hers.
Yes.
They shake hands.
Well, Amy, allow me to be the first to welcome you to our dysfunctional family.
Everyone laughs. Jaymee takes obvious notice of Samuel as he shuffles through papers pulled from the box.
And who is that?
How did you?
Jaymee is focused on Samuel.
He's yummy.
Jaymee makes eye contact with Samuel and smiles. With that expression, he looks down as he begins to write.
Okay.
Coach Mendez looks over his audience.
So, we have everyone except...
The back doors fly open. Tahara Harley Amal, 19 to 20, Middle Easterner, rugged yet gorgeous, arrogant, struts in with a towel wrapped around her neck. Beside her, Jansen Jax Coolidge, 19 to 20, tomboy, sweet face. Coach Mendez looks up.
That's a suicide sprint for every minute you're late.
Half the girls roll their eyes.
Yo, Harley, Jax, they ain't cool. You're vets, you know the rules.
Harley and Jax grab the last two seats without care.
Be on time next time.
Yes, Mom.
Jax notices Amy. It's as if she's seen a ghost. She leans into Harley and whispers. Harley takes a look, shakes her head as Amy notices the two of them eyeing her.
Fresh meat.
Harley, lay off.
Jax is amused. Everyone else sits in silence.
Excuse me?
What?
All eyes on Amy. She could just die.
Okay, that's enough, Harley.
Yes, sir.
Harley salutes.
Harley!
Harley falls back in line, leans over her chair. Amy, on edge, is grateful it's over.
Okay. Everyone, we have a couple of new faces. Most of you know Coach Morgan,
Welcome back, ladies.
Hey, Coach.
Coach.
and this is Melissa, the new team trainer.
Melissa waves and nods.
Finally, if you haven't heard, Jason, our longtime strength and conditioning coach, got married and moved, so we have to replace him with Samuel.
Samuel nods and smiles. Jaymee winks. Samuel pretends not to notice.
Now, everyone look around and become familiar with one another. This is who you'll spend the next 6 months of your lives with.
Harley stares at Amy while she fidgets. Jaymee and Emma are all smiles. Tish is indifferent, almost bothered. Tree is seemingly distracted.
We won't start our official practices for a couple of weeks. So, until then, per the usual, I'd like the vets to introduce the new players to the routine and show them what's expected of them outside practices we have as a team. Now, ladies, a lot is expected of you, and if I don't think you can handle it, you wouldn't be here.
Coach Mendez begins to pace.
As for my philosophies, I'll go over them at the first practice. Today, I just wanted to introduce the staff and everyone to go around the room and introduce yourselves. Tell us what you're here, what you're in, and what positions you'll play, after which we'll distribute practice gear, order shoes, size uniforms, and assign numbers. Harley, since you have the mouth tonight, we'll start with you.
Harley exudes attitude, sits up.
Everyone here already knows my name. I'm a junior and the best ball handling point guard you'll ever see.
Jaymee leans over to Amy.
Her head is like a hot air balloon. It blows up with all the hot air she blows up her own ass.
Amy smiles.
Harley, please. Enough with the showing off. I'm Tish and I play forward. I too am a junior and thanking God every day I get closer to graduating so I can get away from you and back to my daughter.
Come on, Mama Tish. You know you'd miss smothering us all.
Actually,
Harley tosses the towel wrapped around her neck at Tish.
Don't even play.
Tish suits Harley a look, then smiles.
Ladies, please.
Silence.
Next.
Emma stands.
Hey, y'all.
Wow, that's some accent you have there. Where are you from anyway?
Small town just northwest of Austin. I'm a freshman. I played forward in high school, and I consider myself lucky to be here with y'all today.
Emma takes her seat. She quickly stands back up.
And my name is Emma Jean.
She retakes her seat.
I want to hear from Amy.
All eyes on Amy again. Jaymee perks up. She knows this is going to be good. Amy looks like a deer in headlights.
My name is Amy, and you all know I'm a freshman,
Amy locks eyes with Harley.
and I too play point guard.
Harley and Amy stare each other down.
Yeah, I did my research on you.
Jaymee turns her attention to the room.
She's supposed to be pretty good.
All eyes on Harley. Everything just got serious.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Everyone looks on as Harley and Amy have a good old-fashioned stare down. Fade out, end Act 3. Act 4. Exterior, University of California, Long Beach campus, morning. Establishing. The campus is packed with cars and students, almost like ants scattering after their mound has been disturbed. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, Amy's room. On the nightstand, the retro alarm clock radio, 8 a.m. A hand reaches over and hits the snooze button. Behind the clock sits the photo of Amy and Kaitline. The room is apartment-like. Trophies and awards align the shelves. Family pictures and posters cover the walls. Her desk is very neat, organized. Above the desk is a corkboard covered in notes, pictures, and newspaper articles. On the desk, a laptop computer and the prom photo of Amy and Thomas. Suddenly, a knock is heard. The door from the bathroom opens. Tish stands in the doorway, dressed for school, carrying a backpack.
Rise and shine, Mackerel.
10 more minutes, please.
Tish rolls her eyes and walks in.
Look, you're kind of my responsibility, so if Coach catches wind that you're not getting to class on time, especially on the first day, that's my ass, so get your ass up.
Amy rolls over and pulls the sheets over her head. Tish sets her bag down and walks over to Amy's bed. She grabs the mattress and lifts it, tossing Amy to the floor. Amy fights her way out from under the mattress and sheets.
Seriously? I don't want to have to make this a habit.
Tish grabs her bag and leaves, slamming the door. Interior, Building 5, Lecture Hall 1, Philosophy class, an hour later. Professor Payton, a relatively young, 35, yet mature man, speaks at the front of the classroom.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Philosophy 101, Contemporary Moral Problems. If that's not what your syllabus says, then you're in the wrong class.
Professor Payton, proud of his attempt at cracking a joke, is dismissed by most of his students. Amy slouches in the very back of the class that hosts over 80 freshmen and sophomores.
This course will cover ethical problems and theories which have a bearing on contemporary life. Text may include...
She tunes out the professor as he continues. She takes a look at the clock on the wall, 7 minutes past the hour.
Oh God, take me
The
now.
clock reads 39 minutes past the hour. Amy sits up. Professor Payton lectures on.
We will attempt to define what's ethical within our own reflections and personal choices.
Amy
And-
tunes out again, overlooking the large classroom. She briefly locks eyes with a cute boy.
I must confess, attending a large university is a lot more intimidating than I ever thought. There's more people in this room than in my entire hometown.
Amy, lost to confused, chews on top of her pen. Emma sits next to her, desperately taking notes. On the dry erase board behind Professor Payton, the topic of the day, Aristotle, Nicomachean ethics, ethics within society.
Today we're going to begin with Aristotle, and since it's the first week of class, as well as your first semester in college, well, for most of you, what better idea is there than to cover friendships and relationships?
Emma pauses her note-taking and leans into Amy.
What do you think of our teammates?
They all seem nice, I guess, though Harley's kind of hard to read.
Yeah, she didn't seem too friendly.
The professor clears his throat. Emma sits back up.
There are three kinds of friendship, and in respect of each, some are friends on an equality and others by virtue of a superiority. This being so, equals must affect the required equalization on a basis of equality in love and in all other respects, while unequals must render what is in proportion to their superiority or inferiority.
Amy shifts in her chair. She glances at the clock, 52 minutes past the hour.
Your assignment, due next week, is a 3-page paper explaining how Aristotle's definitions of friendship personally relates to you and the friendships that you have and, for you freshmen, will develop.
The class begins to gather their things.
Wait!
Everyone settles down.
Also, there will be a quiz next week on chapters 1 through 3, so be sure and swing by the bookstore if you haven't already and pick up your materials. That's all for today.
The class continues to gather their things and file out. Amy and Emma get up and walk side by side.
Have you been to the bookstore yet?
Yeah, it's a madhouse over there. It's almost like a herd of cattle grazing the fields. I really felt like I was at home for a second.
They share a laugh and exit the classroom. Interior, Building 5, hallway. Amy and Emma enter the crowded hallway.
I'm going to head over there now. You want to tag along?
I can't. I have to meet with my academic advisor. I don't know what I want to major in yet, so he wants to talk to me to see if we can't figure out what I'm passionate about.
Me neither, and all my advisor did was suggest that I take this stupid philosophy course. He said it might help me figure out what my next step will be.
They get lost in the herd of cattle. Exterior, campus bookstore, continuous. Students enter as quickly as they exit. Interior, campus bookstore, continuous. The aisles are filled with students frantically searching for textbooks. The messy shelves are close to bare. Amy walks out from one of the packed aisles with books stacked to her chin. She heads towards the checkout. As she turns a corner, she bumps into Harley.
Hey,
God,
watch
I'm
where you're
sorry.
going.
Amy drops all her books at Harley's feet. Everyone within earshot has come to a standstill.
Just watch where you're going next time.
Amy is bright red.
I said I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I just hope you have better moves on the court. Seriously.
Amy shoots her a look.
Just saying.
Harley walks away.
Right.
Everyone continues about their business, and Amy begins to pick up her books. Jaymee walks in. Inconveniently, Amy's cell phone chimes. She pauses to take a look. Facebook message, Kaitline. She puts the phone away. Jaymee walks over.
You look like you could use a hand.
Amy tries to hold back what are very stubborn tears.
Hey now, don't worry about her. She's a bitch to all of us at one time or another, and you won't be any different, obviously. You know, she hasn't always been like that.
Jaymee begins to gather Amy's books while Amy is motionless. Jaymee looks up at Amy.
You okay?
Amy snaps out of it. She nods and bends down to help Jaymee. The ring pops out.
Ooh, nice ring. Boyfriend?
Amy grasps the ring and puts it back in its place underneath her shirt.
Something like that.
Jaymee senses some tension.
The first few days can be kind of rough. I've been there.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time getting used to, that's for sure.
I'm a junior and I don't think I've gotten used to it yet.
Jaymee winks as they share a light-hearted laugh and stand. Jaymee picks up the last book, handing it to Amy.
Well, that's the last of them. Really does get easier, you know? Adjusting, that is.
Thank you.
No problem. I gotta go, but if you need anything, call me.
Jaymee hurries off and Amy proceeds to check out. Exterior, girls' athletic dorm, early evening. The hustle and bustle has calmed down. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, Amy's room continuous. Amy sits upright in her bed, laptop in her lap, reading a social site inbox message. The textbooks she just purchased spread out next to her. The picture of her and Kaitline lies face up on her bed. Next to it, a keepsake box, more like a shoebox.
It's only been a couple of days, but I can tell living in Nevada is going to be hell. You'd never know with all the fun stuff you do during the recruiting trips, you know? Maybe I'll transfer out of here. Anyway, I'm feeling a little homesick, and I miss you especially. My roommate is crazy OCD. I'm just glad I'll get to see you at least twice this year. It's gonna be hella sick and unfortunate that you'll lose both times.
Amy smiles, shakes her head.
All kidding aside, I know things got a little weird between us, and I'm sorry for what I did. I really am. I don't know what got into me.
Amy's eyes fill with tears.
Please don't hate me. I don't think you ever could, but it's all I can think about. I love you more than anything, and I don't want to lose you as a friend. Please, just give me a call so we can talk about everything.
Amy closes her laptop and sets it to the side. She grabs a framed photo of her and Kaitline.
My life has never been complicated, and in an instant, it has entered a level of complexity and confusion I never thought I'd ever experience. If this is growing up, I don't want it.
She curls up with the photo and begins to cry. Interior, Harley's dorm, continuous. Harley's room, aside from the neatly placed posters featuring basketball players and models, looks as though a tornado has ripped through it. Clothes, shoes, books, and papers are strewn about. Over the bathroom door hangs a mini basketball hoop. Harley and Jax wrap up a friendly game of one-on-one as Harley dunks on Jax.
Bam! Game over.
Harley poses as if she's about to turn into the Incredible Hulk.
Arrgh. Please, I let you win. Sure you did.
They both find a safe spot and sit on the bed.
So, how was your summer? It was alright. Just tried to stay busy, you know? Focused on perfecting my game. I would have gone crazy otherwise. Yeah, what Jessica did to you was cold-hearted. Which, by the way, is it just me or the new girl Amy?
Before Jax can finish her thought, Harley gets up. She walks over and picks the ball up off the floor.
Let's not talk about her. How about I just beat that ass again?
Jax jumps up and knocks the ball from Harley's hands.
You can try.
Jax retrieves the ball.
Make it, take it.
Harley nods in agreement. Jax shoots, misses, Harley rebounds.
Just as I thought.
Harley lines up her shot. Time lapse. Exterior, college sports field. Track, next morning. The field is pretty busy with athletes working out before their day of classes begin. Jaymee and Emma have just completed their run as they approach the area they claimed when they arrived. They both sit, reach for water.
I've never had to run so much in my life.
Yep, that's Coach Mendez for you. Me, on the other hand, not a fan, but it's part of the regimen.
Jaymee grabs a towel, dabs her face, and wipes her neck. Emma drinks more water.
So, Miss Emma Jean, tell me something about yourself I don't know.
Like what?
You have a boyfriend back home?
Yes. He's at Texas A&M right now, but we dated all through high school.
Oh, that's sweet.
He even gave me a promise ring.
Jaymee glances at Emma's hands.
You don't wear it?
Nah, afraid I'll lose it. I can be a real klutz sometimes.
Jaymee nods in acknowledgement.
Is he an athlete too?
He plays football.
Of course he does.
What?
I wouldn't think anything else being from Texas and all.
How about you?
What, a boyfriend? Nah, no boyfriend, but I have lots of friends who are boys.
Jaymee lightly laughs at her stupid joke, expecting Emma to do the same, but Emma appears confused. Awkward moment as Emma grabs her bag.
Okay, must have been worse than I thought.
Emma pulls her phone out and takes a look.
What?
Never mind. Let's get out of here.
The girls get up and gather their things. Exterior, girls' athletic dorm, continuous, establishing. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, Amy's room. Alarm clock ticks to 8 a.m. Beep, beep, beep. Amy reaches over and turns it off. She rolls over, pulling the sheets over her head. Tish comes into the dorm.
Don't make me come over there.
Amy pulls the sheets down, sits up.
I'm up, I promise.
That a girl.
Tish leaves through Amy's door. Amy plops back down. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, floor lounge, less than an hour later. Barely put together, Amy hurries her way through the lounge to the stairs. Payton heads towards the hallway. They pass each other. Wait! Not hearing Payton, Amy continues out the door.
Okay, some other time then.
Payton walks away. Exterior, Student Health Center, continuous, establishing. Employees and students enter and exit the building. Interior, Student Health Center, counseling services, waiting area. Tree sits in the waiting room, reading a magazine. Across from her, an effeminate boy reads a brochure on male to female transition therapy. The door to the therapist's office opens.
We'll see you next month.
A young woman walks through the door, followed by an older gentleman. Dr. Charles Powers, 35, average-looking, thin, carrying a clipboard, stops in the doorway.
Give us a call if you need to come in sooner.
Will do, thanks.
The girl exits the room. Dr. Power looks down at his clipboard.
Taylor Jones,
Tree raises her hand.
come on in.
Tree sets the magazine down, gets up and walks towards the door. She enters the office and closes the door. Cut to title card, to be continued, end of Act 4. Teaser, title card, 2 weeks later. Exterior, Walter Pyramid, afternoon, establishing. Interior, basketball court, continuous. Championship banners and former player accolades hang from each end of the court. Coach Mendez and Coach Morgan enter. The players sit on the benches along the court at full attention. Well, all except Harley and Jax. They whisper to each other, laughing. Coach Mendez walks over to Harley and Jax, gives them the eye. Harley and Jax zip it. Coach Mendez paces up and down the court along the benches.
Welcome to your first day of hell. I'll begin by saying it's a new year, ladies, therefore a new team. My philosophy, team, and dedication. In order to become successful as a team, we must be dedicated. Dedicated to working hard and to each other. It's going to take sacrifice and commitment on everyone's part to achieve our goal.
Coach Mendez looks over everyone's faces. The team listens intently. Amy looks over everyone. The upperclassmen are confident, bordering cocky. She and Emma are sheep among wolves. Coach Mendez stops pacing.
You're all great players. If you weren't, you wouldn't be here.
Harley smirks, nods.
You got that right, Coach.
Jax gives a nod. Jaymee smiles. Tree shakes her head. Amy leans forward, resting her elbows on her knees.
What I want this season is a great team. Together, with sacrifice and hard work, we will be unbeatable.
Can we just say undefeated?
Harley swings her hand in the air. Everyone gets excited.
Anything's possible as long as we believe in the system. As we take the court and begin our journey together, the one question you must ask yourself is how bad you want it.
The gym is dead silent. Exterior, Manhattan Beach, Sand Dune Park. Montage. The team struggles sprinting up the dunes. Coach Mendez and Coach Morgan watch intently as Samuel mans the whistle. Whistles blow intermittently. The girls are in pain, sweating heavily and trying their best not to pass out.
Come on, ladies, pick it up.
Although they try with all their might, most of the team is unsuccessful at picking up the pace, including Harley. Amy, on the other hand, seems to be doing just fine. Jaymee isn't too far behind.
Harley, push yourself. Amy, great job.
Amy attempts a smile but is too tired, while Harley, embarrassed from being called out, rolls her eyes. Samuel blows the whistle.
All right, ladies, good work today. Get some water.
Samuel walks away. The team meets at the bottom of the dune, huddles together and gives a half-hearted team break. They disperse for water. Coach Mendez walks over to Harley.
Looks like you've got a little competition this year.
She looks in the direction of Amy, who's all smiles.
So I suggest you shape up and get your ass in gear, or you could be riding it all season. That goes for your mouth, too.
Harley can't believe what she's just heard. Coach Morgan blows her whistle. The team gathers around Coach Mendez.
Okay, we had a good first day, so let's keep it up. I'll be sending a practice schedule when I get back to the office, so be sure to check your email tonight.
Come on, Coach. No one uses email anymore.
Jax laughs, the others remain focused on Coach Mendez.
As I was saying, check your emails tonight. Also attached to the practice schedule will be the 5 simple rules. The most important rule I have, respect each other. Got it?
The team nods with half-hearted responses.
Got it?
Yes, Coach.
Everyone is at full attention.
Good. I'll see everyone tomorrow in the gym. Be on time or else.
Coach Mendez eyes Harley and Jax. He and Coach Morgan then walk away with most of the players. Harley and Jax walk over to Amy, who's talking with Jaymee.
So, you think you're all that now, don't you?
Amy stands nervously, waiting for the ball to drop.
Just so you know, I've been the starting point guard since stepping foot on this campus. This team is mine, and there's no way your fresh fish ass is taking my spot.
Jax smiles devilishly.
Hell yeah!
Harley and Jax slap hands and they walk away. Amy rubs her head with both hands.
Don't worry about them. They're really all talk and no couth. Really, just keep doing your thing. We need someone like you to bring her down a notch.
Jaymee gives Amy an attaboy slug to the shoulder and hurries off. Amy, deflated, grabs her things. She digs into her bag and checks her cell phone. 3 missed calls. Dad, Thomas, unknown. 1 new text message, Kaitline. Amy tosses the phone back into her bag without reading it and leaves. Exterior, University of California, Long Beach campus, evening, establishing. It has begun to rain. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, lounge, continuous. Amy walks up the stairway. A young man sits with his back to the stairway.
Thomas?
Thomas turns around. Cut to black and teaser. Act 1. Exterior, University of California, Long Beach campus, evening, establishing. A small rain shower dampens the campus. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, Amy's room. Amy and Thomas enter the room. He's wearing a bomber jacket with a plane ticket sticking out of the chest pocket. She drops her things on the bed, walks over to him, noticing the plane ticket, and she attempts to give him a hug.
How was the flight?
He dodges her.
Bumpy.
He notices the ring that hangs from her neck.
I didn't want to lose it.
She attempts to take it off.
No, keep it.
She lowers her hands to her side.
What are you doing here? I mean, I'm glad to see you. You have no idea how much, but
Why?
because I've missed you.
No, that's not what I meant.
Thomas sits on the bed, visibly tense.
You and Caitlin, like,
Thomas struggles to find the words. He gives up. Amy sits down next to him.
Thomas, what happened? What you saw, it's not what you think.
Thomas turns away.
Caitlin and I were playing around and it just happened. There was nothing to it. More of an accident, really.
Amy checks out for a split second, then returns to the conversation.
She and I are just friends.
really?
Amy nods. Thomas relaxes.
You wouldn't believe the crazy shit that was going on in my head.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was kind of surprised myself.
Thomas takes notice of the ring again.
The ring looks good around your neck, though.
Thomas reaches out, grabs it, and looks it over.
Can't believe you kept it, let alone brought it with you.
What was I gonna do? Throw it away?
Thomas smiles, lets go of the ring.
No, I guess not.
Thomas gets lost in Amy's eyes. Thomas grabs her hand and kneels down at her feet. Amy looks up.
Amy Lynn Fauk, will you?
Before he can finish, Amy springs to her feet. Thomas is confused.
Amy?
Amy walks across the room, her back to him. Thomas stands.
Look at me.
Amy turns around with tears in her eyes.
What's wrong?
Thomas,
Amy gathers her thoughts.
I can't. This is not a good idea.
What do you mean it's not a good idea? We've known each other most of our lives. We get each other. How's this not a good idea?
Thomas, I'm sorry.
Defeated, Thomas falls back onto the bed. Amy walks over and kneels at his feet.
I love you. You have to know that, but, like, we're so far apart now, and we have a lot going on with school, sports, and adjusting to being on our own. It's a lot. Adding the pressure of a long-distance relationship would just be too much.
Thomas has checked out. Tears start to stream.
Thomas,
Thomas is non-responsive.
say something, please.
Thomas comes back too.
Now, I'm the one who's surprised. I really didn't expect this.
I just don't think it's a good idea, at least right now, to stay together.
I get it. It's okay. I just expected to spend the rest of my life with you.
I hate that this hurts you, that I'm hurting you, and I'm so sorry that you came all the way out here for this.
Amy grabs hold of Thomas's hands.
Hopefully we can...
Thomas pulls his hands away.
Stop. I know what you're gonna say, and being friends is not something I can do right now. I'm gonna need some time. No one knows me the way you do, and hate to lose that, but right now, I just can't.
Amy's cell phone chimes and vibrates. They both turn towards the desk. Thomas stands, wipes the tears away.
As you go.
Thomas, I really do love you.
Amy initiates a hug. Thomas gives in.
Yeah.
Thomas kisses her on her cheek and heads for the door.
I'm glad you came. I really needed to see you.
Thomas opens the door.
Take care of yourself. And good luck, with everything.
She smiles. He walks out, closing the door behind him. Amy walks over to her desk. She removes the necklace that holds the ring and sets it down next to their photo. She grabs her phone. She's received 1 email and 3 instant messages. The email from Coach Mendez, practice schedule and rules. One of the instant messages is from Kaitline. Hello again. She sits down and awakens her laptop. The social networking site is up. She clicks on new messages. Then hello again. On screen. Amy, I've been trying to talk to you for a couple of weeks now. Please call me back. We need to talk about what happened. Amy clicks reply. A blank screen appears. She types, Kaitline, She stops, stares at the screen. Her phone rings. She looks at it and immediately answers.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, sweetheart. I just wanted to call and say hi and see how things are going.
Amy, fighting back tears, takes a deep breath, exhales.
Things are good.
She closes the laptop.
Yeah? Well, your mom's driving me crazy, but mostly in a good way. I think she misses you more than she's letting on.
A smile cracks her solemn face.
How's the campus? Your teammates? I want to hear about everything.
The campus is gorgeous and my teammates are all pretty amazing. There's this one girl, Harley.
Amy gets up from her chair and walks over to her bed, lays down as she continues to talk. Exterior, pyramid, continuous, establishing. Interior, Coach Mendez's office. Coach Mendez sits at his desk, staring at a vodka bottle placed directly in front of him. Directly behind him sits a family photo of himself, his wife, and 2 young daughters. In front of the bottle sits a gold chip with a Roman numeral X on it. He stands, grabs his coat, and yanks the vodka off his desk and leaves. Exterior, Los Angeles, California. Skyline, continuous, establishing. Exterior, church, residential neighborhood, establishing. It's raining as cars drive past the church as people enter and exit from the double doors. The street glistens. Interior, church, community room. A small, plain room where tables and chairs are stored. Hosts 7 people in a circle, 5 men, 2 women.
So is there anyone else who would like to share?
Coach Mendez sits with the group. He raises his hand, then stands.
Hi, my name is Antonio, and I'm an alcoholic.
Cut to black. End Act 1. Act 2. Exterior, church, Los Angeles, evening, establishing.
Hi, my name is Antonio, and I'm an alcoholic.
Interior, church, community room. Everyone sits in a circle except Coach Mendez. He's standing.
Hi, Antonio.
So what brings you here tonight? Today marks the 12th year of my sobriety, but it also marks the anniversary of the death of my family.
Coach Mendez begins to tear up.
We were in a car accident about 14 years ago. It was my fault.
Coach Mendez tries to regain composure.
It's okay, take your time.
He takes a moment and continues.
There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about them, and because of that, there isn't a day that goes by that I don't fight the urge to have a drink.
Coach Mendez breaks down again. The moderator stands, walks over to comfort him. Cut to time lapse. Exterior, Walter Pyramid, early morning, establishing. Interior, weight room. Harley is alone. She's on the treadmill with headphones. Flashback. Exterior, park, baseball court. Slow motion. Harley is with a beautiful young woman who resembles Amy. They're laughing, playing a game of 1 and 1. Interior, weight room. Drenched in sweat, Harley steps off the treadmill and walks over to the bench press. She lies down and grasps hold of the bar. She lifts the bar up. Flashback. Interior, entertainment center, photo booth. Harley and the young woman sit inside an old-fashioned arcade photo booth. Erupting in laughter, they pose for the flashes. The last pose, the young woman turns Harley's face to hers and plants a kiss on her lips. Interior, weight room. Harley has moved over to the battle ropes. She picks up each end of one rope and begins to swing. Flashback. Interior, girls' athletic dorm. Harley walks down the hall and approaches a door. She opens it. Harley takes a moment.
Jessica?
Interior, Jessica's dorm room. Jessica isn't alone. Another woman is with her in the bed. Harley, stunned, runs off. Interior, weight room. Harley throws the rope down and screams. Exterior, University of California, Long Beach campus, late morning, establishing. Like ants, students trek across campus. Interior, liberal arts building. Amy wanders out of her English Lit class trying to shove a book into her backpack, Jane Eyre. Fellow classmates nearly run over her in a rush, causing her to instead drop her book onto the floor. Amy bends over to pick it up. She's suddenly met with a helping hand.
Hey, how's it going?
The two hands touch. Amy pulls the book away, distracted, attempting to once again put the book in her backpack.
Easy, Tiger. I was just trying to help.
Amy returns to the present.
Oh my god, I'm sorry, I didn't mean...
Oh, it's okay. I didn't take it personally.
Good.
Nor did I take it personally that you completely ignored me this morning.
What are you talking about?
You were rushing out of the building and I tried to get your attention. Totally ignored me, like I wasn't even there.
I didn't.
You did.
I'm sorry, I was running late and I can't be late to class this early in the semester.
The two turn and begin to walk together down the hall.
Where are you headed?
Wherever you're headed, I guess.
Payton smiles, Amy clueless.
Well, wherever it is that you're going, can I take along?
Yeah, of course.
Exterior liberal arts building. The double doors open. Amy and Payton begin to exit the building.
Besides, it's always nice to have a friendly face around.
They make their way down the steps.
You know what else is next?
This isn't some cheesy, cliched joke, is it?
They pause at the bottom of the steps. Payton reacts with a nod of her head.
Humor me.
Okay, I don't know what.
Anticipation fills the brief moment of silence.
To know that you think that I have a friendly face.
Payton cheeses, then winks. They laugh. Amy jabs her.
Stop that. It really isn't flattering.
Oh, she can dish it.
Yup, with the best of them.
They turn to walk.
So, having a rough time of it?
What do you mean?
Back there, your book. You seemed a little out of it.
Oh, yeah. Things could be better. I mean, there's a lot going on, and trying to juggle it all, it's insane. Like, I'd misplace my own head if it weren't attached to my body.
Oh no. We don't want you to do that. Besides, your beautiful head is perfect where it is.
They turn to look at each other. Laughter soon erupts.
That was really bad.
I know. I excel in cheesy pickup lines.
The laughter subsides. Having reached the student union, they stop walking. Payton turns to Amy.
Just so you know, it gets easier.
What's that?
College life?
Amy smiles.
I hope so. Well, I'm gonna go inside and grab some food. I'll see you around.
Sure thing.
Amy turns to walk away.
Hey,
Amy stops, turns back to Payton.
I never got your name.
Amy. My name is Amy.
Amy, got it.
Payton turns to walk away.
Payton?
Payton turns around.
Thanks.
Payton smiles and continues on. Amy smiles and enters the student union. Interior liberal arts building, sociology class, continuous. Tree sits in the very back of the classroom. The TA passes out papers.
The papers that you write in this class make up 50% of your grade. If you find yourself struggling, there is extra credit available. You will find the packets on the front desk. If you need one, just pick it up on your way out.
The TA makes her way to Tree. Tree receives her paper. D is written across the top right corner. She stands.
A D? Come on.
Tree grabs the teacher assistant's arm.
Excuse me?
I can't fail this course.
Well, I suggest you pick up an extra credit packet on your way out.
Tree becomes teary-eyed. She grabs her things and heads out. Exterior liberal arts building. Students exit the building, filling the steps as they wander off to their next class. Tree breaks free from the masses and parks herself on a bench under a shady tree. Worry defines her expression as she reviews her paper.
Hi.
Maria, an awkward girl, 20, Hispanic, in glasses, stands over Tree. In her hands, a paper similar to Tree's, and on it, an A+. Tree, near tears, looks up, her face now saddened. She looks back down. Silence.
My name is Maria. We're in the same sociology class.
She fidgets her paper, freeing it from her right hand. She extends it for a handshake. Hesitant, Tree shakes her hand. Maria smiles.
Would you mind?
Maria gestures to take a seat next to Tree. Tree scoots over to make room. Maria sits. Tree takes notice of the A+ and then looks up to Maria.
Basketball, huh?
What?
Your sweatshirt.
Tree realizes she's wearing the team sweatshirt.
I can help you if you want.
Maria points to the D on Tree's paper. Tree, now a bit annoyed, shoves the paper into her backpack.
Look, I don't know you and I don't need your help.
Maria, shocked, clamps up. Tree stands.
I'll figure it out on my own.
Okay.
Tree towers over Maria for a moment, now embarrassed. She hurries off. Maria watches in disbelief. Interior, Wilson Hall Library, afternoon. The library is more like a hall with vaulted ceilings and granite pillars. Most of the desks are taken by cramming students. A few of the girls try flirting unsuccessfully with Joshua Jacobs, 20, a very good-looking athlete, standing at the end of one of the aisles with books in his hand. He notices Amy. Amy sits at a table, her head buried in a book with pen to paper. Joshua sneaks up behind her.
Boo!
Amy, startled, shifts in her chair. She looks at him with piercing eyes as if she had lasers for weapons.
Seriously?
Joshua lets out a small laugh. He leans against the desk and over Amy.
Sorry, I just wanted to make an unforgettable first impression.
He smiles.
My name is Joshua, but you can call me Jay.
He reaches out to shake Amy's hand. She returns to her studies without acknowledgement.
And what's your name?
Amy stops reading. She puts her pen down and turns to look at him, bothered.
Not interested.
Again, she attempts to return to her studies.
Well, it's nice to meet you, not interested.
Amy, trying her best to ignore him, holds back a smile.
You know, I'm not saying that you aren't beautiful, but I bet you're gorgeous when you smile.
Just stop.
Smiling, he sets his book down on the table. The same philosophy book Amy has is on top. She looks up at him.
Are you in Philosophy 101?
Yep.
So am I.
Yeah, I know. I've seen you in class.
I've never seen you before.
I sit way in the back corner. May I?
He sits down.
I've been trying to figure out how to say hello to you, but you always seem lost in your own world. I don't want to interfere with your break from reality.
They both smile. Amy loosens up.
What are you working on?
I'm trying to write that stupid paper about friendships. I'm having a hard time interpreting the theory, and I can't relate to it if I have no clue what it means.
What if I helped you? You never know. We might become friends.
He winks at her. The campus clock tower strikes 2 p.m.
Saved by the bell.
What?
Sorry, I have lunch plans. I have to go.
Amy gathers her things.
Maybe some other time.
She leaves. Joshua watches intently as she walks away. Cut to black. End of Act 2. Act 3, exterior, University of California, Long Beach campus, continuous, establishing. Interior, student union, cafeteria. The cafeteria is packed. Jaymee and Emma chatted up in the serving line.
So, what was it like last year? The team?
We held our own game-wise, but there was so much drama.
Jaymee laughs.
You know how it is. Team full of women.
Emma looks confused.
No, I don't.
Jaymee just shakes her head.
Anyway, Harley hooked up with one of the seniors last year, and when it didn't work out, Harley just lost it.
Jaymee leans into Emma.
I think it might have been her first real relationship. She hasn't been the same since.
Emma is more lost now than ever.
She did a complete 180, became someone we hardly recognize. That's why we call her Harley. She just tries to run over everyone.
What's her real name?
Tahara. As hard as it is to believe, she was a sweet kid.
What's her relationship have to do with the team?
She was dating a teammate.
Are you saying Harley was with a girl?
Jaymee can't believe what she's heard.
Were you born in a barn?
Was that what?
Jaymee shakes her head.
Yes, she was dating a girl, and then she went and got her heart broken, and now she's, well, Harley.
Reaching the end of the line, they pay for their food. They walk away and grab a table just as Amy walks up.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Jaymee gives her a hug. Emma, already seated, waves.
How's it going?
They all sit.
It's going.
Amy grabs a roll from Jamie's plate.
You know there's a kitchen full of food right over there?
Oh no, I'm not that hungry.
Jaymee tears into the roll.
This guy just tried to pick me up in the library of all places.
Do tell.
He walked up behind me while I was studying and spooked me.
Spooked ya?
Yeah, boo was his pickup line. Well, one of his pickup lines.
Jaymee is very interested.
Was he tall, dark, and handsome?
Sure, I guess that describes him. Can't say I really noticed, but you think every guy is tall, dark, and handsome.
Jaymee smirks.
Hey, by the way, there's a party tomorrow night.
Party? Really?
And we must go. Hot guys and kegs of beer, you know? It's what college is all about.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's go. How exciting.
I just want to focus on what's important. School and basketball. I don't need my life getting any more complicated than it already is.
Oh, come on, there's plenty of time for being serious.
Jaymee grabs her drink.
We're going, and that's final.
Amy grabs the roll off Emma's plate. Emma's jaw drops. Amy diverts her attention to Jaymee.
By the way, where's Tree?
Interior, student union, tutoring center continuous. Desks and computers are everywhere. Most are occupied by students getting help from tutors. Tree walks in, surveys the room. Maria, in the back corner helping someone, notices Tree. She approaches her. Tree sees Maria and gives a half-hearted smile.
So, what brings you here? I mean, I thought you didn't need any help.
Embarrassed, Tree turns to leave. Maria grabs her by the arm, pulls her around.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
Awkward silence, Tree gives in.
It's okay. I kind of deserved it.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I'm here now.
Maria smiles.
I see.
Tree returns the smile. Exterior, Walter Pyramid, late afternoon establishing. Interior, basketball court.
Come, ladies, push yourselves.
Montage, series of shots. Basketball practice is underway. The girls run through drills, agility, sprints, ball handling, full court defense, post-ups. Whistle blows.
Good job, ladies. Get some water. You've got 5 minutes.
Coach Mendez and Coach Morgan talk. The girls all walk over to the team benches and drink water. Most of them dead tired, slump over.
Dude, coach is kicking our ass.
Harley sits down.
Yo, Harley, coach better not catch you sitting down.
Amy and Emma glance at Harley with unease. Jaymee really eyes her. Tree wanders off on her own.
What y'all looking at?
They look at Coach Mendez and Coach Morgan, who seem to be in deep discussion.
See, they're not even paying attention.
Tish shoots Harley a look.
All right.
Harley gets up.
Thank you.
The rest of the team shows relief. Tree heads to the court. Coach Mendez looks at his stopwatch, gives Coach Morgan a nod. Coach Morgan blows a whistle.
Let's go, ladies. Time to get back to work.
Everyone follows Tree to the court.
And thanks to Harley, everyone owes me 10 suicides at the end of practice.
Coach Mendez shoots a look at Harley. Everyone else follows. Harley just smiles.
That's really not okay.
What's not okay?
Everyone on the line.
The girls line up at mid-court. Coach Mendez paces back and forth in front of them.
Okay, now we're going to see what everyone's got. Scrimmage time.
He divides the girls up into two teams. Harley and Amy are on opposite teams. Coach Mendez points.
Lights, darks.
The girls on Amy's team reverse their shirts.
Defense first.
Harley's team, which includes Jax, Emma, and Tish, takes their places on defense. Amy's team, which includes Jaymee and Tree, go offense first. Each team has a sub. Amy takes the ball at midcourt. Harley follows with attitude.
Let's keep it clean.
Let's see what you got.
Amy welcomes the challenge. She charges the top of the key. Harley checks her while getting in a couple of cheap shots. Amy passes it to Jaymee on the right. Jaymee dribbles to the bottom of the floor. She passes it to Tree, who drops it. Emma grabs it and takes it down the floor. Layup, 2 points. Jaymee runs by Tree.
Come on, baby.
Jaymee grabs the ball and inbounds it to Amy. Amy dribbles down the floor to the top of the key and picks up the ball. She looks for Tree, who's not paying attention, and then throws it down to the court to one of her other teammates. Get inside to Jaymee, who's coming off of a pick, and then quickly passes it back out to Amy at the top of the key, and with a quick double pump, bounce, pull up, and shoot move, she scores.
Harley, what are you doing? Let's play some defense.
Whatever. Lucky shot.
Jax grabs the ball.
Come on, Harley, you got her. She ain't nothing.
Jax inbounds the ball to Harley. Harley pushes it up the court. Amy waits for her at the top of the key. Harley drives through the paint. Tish becomes wide open but is ignored. Amy sets her feet. Harley drives right through her for the layup. Amy hits the floor hard. Harley banks the shot off the backboard. Score. Amy is literally on her ass. Whistle blows.
Charge.
Jaymee helps Amy up.
Way to take it.
Come on, coach. That's a load of crap.
Amy had her feet set. Sorry. Yo, Harley, we're supposed to play as a team, or have you forgotten?
Let's try and play some full court pressure defense.
Jaymee inbounds the ball to Amy. Harley defends immediately, getting very physical. She knocks Amy down for the steal, drives to the basket, and scores. Amy, again, literally left on her ass. Cut to black and Act 3. Act 4, exterior, University of California, Long Beach campus, continuous, establishing. Interior, locker room. The team walks in, dirty, sweating. They throw their towels into the towel basket. Jaymee, Amy, and Emma file in last. Amy has a towel on her forearm.
Honestly, what is her problem?
Amy removes the towel. She has a couple of small cuts on her forearm. Harley and Jax sit next to each other, laughing and acting up. They look over at Amy, scowling.
She's the alpha male. She feels threatened. You're in her territory, so she's pissing all over you.
Jaymee cracks a smile. Emma is lost.
Plus, it doesn't help that you look a lot like her ex.
Wait, what?
Oh, right. You don't know. You actually have a doppelganger, and it happens to be Harley's ex.
Amy's stunned.
Don't worry about it. She'll get over it.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but I don't see you with any scars.
Coach Morgan walks up behind Amy.
Be sure and get that looked at, just to be safe.
Okay, Coach.
Good work today, ladies.
Coach Morgan exits the locker room.
Harley, my office now.
The noise and chatter ceases. Interior, Coach Mendez's office, continuous. Harley sits facing Coach Mendez. On the corner of his desk, there is what appears to be a family photo of Coach Mendez, his wife, and a young girl, maybe 8. He looks 10 to 15 years younger. A sign on the wall above the desk reads, "The way a team plays as a whole determines its success. You may have the greatest bunch of individual stars in the world, but if they don't play together, the club won't be worth a dime." Babe Ruth.
Look, you may not realize it, but I know a lot more about what's going on with you guys off the court than you think. I'm fully aware of what happened between you and Jessica.
Harley drops her head. Interior locker room. The girls get cleaned up. Jax grabs a towel and whips it towards Emma. Emma shrieks.
Haha.
Everyone laughs except Tree, who's in her own world. Jaymee notices.
Are you okay? You've been kind of distant all practice.
Sitting silently, Tree looks up at Jaymee.
Okay. I just wanted to see if you were okay.
Jaymee walks away. Interior, Coach Mendez's office. Coach Mendez stands up, towering over Harley.
This is hard for me to say, because I know you, and I know that you have a heart of gold, but if you can't find a way to heal and move on, I might be forced to cut you from the team, because it's affecting your attitude. Being the team leader, your attitude affects the team as a whole, and I won't have it.
Harley gets up and leaves.
Harley!
Interior locker room, continuous. Showers are going. Jaymee is wrapped in a towel. Emma is partially dressed. Amy heads towards the showers. Tish fixes her hair in the mirror. Tree doesn't look as though she's moved. Harley comes in and gathers her thing. Everyone watches.
Harley, you alright?
Harley bows her head and leaves. Tish grabs her things and follows behind. Jax walks in from the showers dressed in a towel. The locker room is quiet.
What's going on?
Interior, fraternity house, night. The house is packed with college students drinking, smoking, dancing to the latest dance club grooves. Amy and Emma arrive and make their way through the crowd. They're both tapped on the shoulder. It's Jaymee. They hug.
Boy, am I glad to see you guys.
Sorry we're late. We got lost.
That's all right. At least you came. You would think with me being a junior I'd know some of these people, but I don't know any of them.
Jaymee sports a devilish smile.
And that's a good thing.
There's so many people here. Isn't it a fire hazard?
Jaymee flirts as two guys walk by.
Any of these guys can give me CPR anytime.
CPR?
Jaymee and Amy look at each other and shake their heads. Laugh.
Emma, just relax. Try to have a good time. Get laid.
Get laid? What's that? What's that supposed to mean?
Emma, again, lost. Amy's cell phone rings. She reaches into her pocket. It's Kaitline.
The boyfriend?
I don't have a boyfriend. At least, not anymore.
She puts the phone away.
So, who was it? Better yet, why didn't you answer it?
It was nobody. Important anyways.
Amy looks around and notices Joshua walking towards her.
Hey, that's the guy from the library.
Jaymee takes notice.
Yep, he's definitely a hottie, and he just so happens to be the star quarterback on our football team.
Jaymee nudges Amy.
And you're apparently newly single, right? Girl, you better go after that.
Jaymee checks him out.
Hell, if you don't, I will.
Amy's indifferent. Emma is all smiles. Joshua has arrived.
Well, there she is. It's good to see you.
Hey, this is Jaymee.
Jaymee looks like a hungry lion about to pounce on unsuspecting prey.
Don't mind her. And this is Emma.
I'm Joshua. Nice to meet you both.
He shakes their hands.
You want to dance?
Amy begins to shake her head.
Yes, she does.
Amy urges Amy to go dance.
Okay, sure, why not?
Joshua grabs Amy's hand and leads the way. Amy shoots Jaymee a dirty look. Jaymee smirks. The two get lost in the crowd.
Come on, let's go find some nice guys to dirty dance with.
Emma is transfixed on a group of guys funneling beer.
Emma!
Jaymee and Emma get lost in the crowd. Interior, girls' athletic dorm hallway. Harley walks down the hallway, knocks on the door. The door opens, it's Tish. Harley walks in, closes the door. Exterior, fraternity house continuous. Amy and Joshua make their way to the backyard where the lawn is dressed with partygoers dancing, having a good time. Joshua grabs Amy, attempting to pull her close. She manages to retain some space.
You don't seem like a California girl. So, where are you from?
The Midwest, Mesa Valley, Michigan to be exact. Population 10,000.
Really? What brings you to UCLB? Population 42,000.
Basketball scholarship. Besides, I thought it would be good for me to experience life in the big city.
What do you think so far?
I bit off more than I can chew.
They both smile.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Besides, it could be the adventure of your life.
Amy suddenly pulls away.
Yeah, would you excuse me, please?
What is it? Did I do something?
Amy walks away. Interior, fraternity house continuous. Amy rushes past Jaymee and Emma without saying goodbye. Interior, girls' athletic dorm, Tish's room. Harley and Tish sit on the bed. Harley has been crying. Tish comforts her.
Harley, look, you gotta find a way to accept what happened with Jessica and move on. What she did to you was really messed up, and I understand that, but you can't continue to allow it to eat you up.
Harley regains her composure, sits up.
I know, but it's so hard sometimes, and now that new girl, Amy, like, fuck me.
Yeah, they do look a lot alike, but that doesn't mean she deserves to be treated like shit. She's not going anywhere, so deal with it, or you'll lose basketball too.
Interior, girls' athletic dorm, Amy's room, later that night. Amy sits in her bed, staring at her cell phone. She goes through the contact list and stops on Kaitline. Her thumb rests on a call button. There's a knock at her front door. She closes the phone.
Yeah, come in.
Payton opens the door.
Hey, I noticed your light was on. Thought I'd say hello.
Amy wipes tears from her cheek. Payton steps in.
Everything okay?
It will be. I just have a lot of things I need to figure out.
Want to talk about it?
No. I think I might have to do this alone.
You know, that's what's great about friends. You don't have to.
Amy drops her head. Payton closes the door and walks towards the bed. She takes a seat next to Amy, and Amy looks up at Payton.
There are 3 kinds of friendships.
Exterior, University of California, Long Beach campus. Next day. Series of shots. Students hustle and bustle across campus.
Friendships of utility.
Jax sits with one of the other teammates enjoying breakfast.
Friendships of pleasure.
Interior basketball court. Harley and Tish play a game of one-on-one.
Friendships of the good.
Interior library. Maria helps Tree with her extra credit.
Friendships of utility and pleasure.
Exterior football field. Joshua practices with the team. He completes a touchdown pass. High fives make their rounds.
Do not regard friends as people, but what they can give in return.
Exterior, girls' athletic dorm. 2 girls walk into the dorm holding hands just as Emma and Jaymee walk out. Emma stops and stares at the couple puzzled.
Hey, come on, let's go.
Friendships of the good are ones where both friends enjoy each other's characters.
Interior, girls' athletic dorm hallway. Payton leaves Amy's room wearing the same clothes from the night before.
As long as both friends keep similar characters.
Interior, Coach Mendez's office. Coach Mendez sits back, looking at the family photo. He flips a coin in the air. It's his 10-year sobriety chip.
The relationship will endure since the motive behind it is care for the friend.
Interior, girls' athletic dorm, Amy's room. Amy, in the clothes from the night before, stands at the window overlooking the busy common area with cell phone in hand, ready to make a call. She turns to the window and presses call. It rings.
I can't answer the phone right now, but leave a message and I'll get back to you. Beep.
Hey, it's me.
Amy sits in the bed and continues to leave a message.
And this, according to Aristotle, is the highest level of friendship.
Exterior, girls' athletic dorm, continuous. Kaitline stands out front of the dorm staring at the face of her cell phone. Cut to black, end Act 4.